what happened? Did we kill this spider that's here, or that's the spider that wanted us to go do a thing?
You accepted a job from the spider.
Right.
Oh yeah, did
Oh,
anybody fill in Ember from the last few weeks?
They just said that my pet had been kidnapped, but that's it. Sorry I couldn't make it before, by the way.
Life.
My health was bad, and between that and trying to help my friend who has cancer and divorce now.
Do you wish for a recap of what you missed, or just a stuff that just happened recently?
Quick summary if you can give it.
From where you last were, was underneath the tournament place. Faced the demon.
We fought in a couple tournaments.
Yeah, you found a demon down there. You found the scroll you were looking for. It's already been used. You couldn't interact with the scroll or the creature it summoned. Paul found a way around it. You got the scroll. It's no more magic in it. You killed the creature. The tournament was forcibly ended, and the guy who your contact in the city was murdered.
That's right. Yep. Yeah.
You are more or less pushed back to your Diamond Lake. You found out a dragon had attacked. Your mentor, Allustan, was gone and his home destroyed. You came to the first dungeon you ever went to, killed a dragon. Paul has claimed it for scavenging rights. Went inside, went to a location that you couldn't access before.
Sammy, weren't we told that Allustan went to that dungeon? That's why we went there?
Yes.
We're actually following his tracks.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. You follow them through a portal. You couldn't get through the portal easily because there was an undead creature. When you were fighting the creature, it destroyed the portal. Was destroyed. You made a workaround. Got through the portal, got to the other side, killed a bunch of stuff, faced some fire creature you were to talk out of not fighting, got your pet stolen by this giant spider currently on screen, and you faced and scared off a black pudding.
Black pudding. Was it edible? Because I hope someone got me a sample so I can carry it with the orange sludge.
Okay. If you don't mind it melting your face off, then yes.
Okay. Can I get a sample? Can I get a sample of that to have fun with other things?
It will melt everything of your existence. It is 100% basically acid.
Yes, but see, if there's someone I don't like, I can say, "Hey, are you starving? I've got green sludge, I've got orange sludge and black sludge. Take your pick," and it would be like a little Russian roulette.
It will melt out of your container.
Even glass? Damn.
Yes, it'll melt out of every base, unless you have it acid immune.
Well, glass is automatically acid immune.
It is?
Yeah. That's why any kind of acid in real life has to be stored in a glass container or it melts through it.
The more you know. Well, that's how it happened. And you don't know where your pet currently is because it's in a different dimension of some kind. You don't know the specifics. All you know is you can't get to him, or at least you don't know where he is, so you don't know how to get to him. So you have to deal with this spider to get your pet back. And the spider said, "Kill this one guy, then I'll give you your pet back."
Do we kill the guy or no? Or he just said it?
Yeah, who do you want us to kill again? I forget.
Someone he calls Magris of the River.
Okay.
Since you agreed, he does give you a general description of the person, and he's down a giant hole.
Hopefully it's not a good guy, because that'd be bad.
That you don't know. You've never heard of this. Paul did a local check to see if he can identify the name.
Can I do a local check? Because if it's someplace... Well, is it someplace near where we grew up, or is it just local because Paul's been there before?
I assumed he was in this dungeon.
Yeah, the person he wants you to kill is not too far from here.
Does that mean I?
You could try. Just roll it and then just tell me the result.
Be able to see it, but
There's all the
17?
cards. What? Yeah, the name
17?
doesn't mean anything. You have no idea what the name is.
I was thinking my 17 was good too.
I think Paul got higher than that.
Yeah, I got 30 something.
Jeez, and you still didn't know?
No,
Yeah.
it's probably a 40. Because I mean, that's sometimes you get to get ridiculously high.
There's also sometimes it's a DC is literally non-existent because your characters have no way of knowing the individual.
Well, that's what I was asking. Because if we had no way to know, it wouldn't have.
Well, your characters don't know this. He could be someone you've heard of, but you don't know. Okay, so what are you guys going to do? I believe Paul was going to go through the door he's currently at.
Yeah, I think I already searched it for traps.
Yeah. Please be aware there's a door where Paul is, there's one above, and there's one below. Because I know sometimes guys don't always notice them on map.
Yeah, I'll open the door, but I won't walk through the door until I just want to open and look through.
Okay, scrolling, there it is. Okay, Mike, we just started to move on, and Paul stepped through this doorway. A set of dusty art... No, wait, that's the wrong person. No, where is it? It's that one. Almost read the description for the wrong room. There we go. A small statue of a armored wind duke, his left hand resting on a sword, his right held up to shield his eyes, stands at the far wall of this room as part of a small shrine. The statue seems to be made of gold with sparkling blue gems for eyes. A beam of bright light shines onto the statue from above. The walls are carved with bas reliefs of Windduke servants bowing and soldiers saluting. An elaborate carpet covers the floor but is badly worn and the colors have faded. Only small patches of the complete pattern remain.
Are you going in?
Yeah, excuse me. It says like a big area carpet on the floor there.
Yeah, you can see it basically destroyed.
Yeah,
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm gonna walk around the. Oh, is this a door right here?
Yeah, I'm going to make a point of not stepping on the carpet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just going to walk all the way around the edges?
And I'm gonna walk up to the statue and I'm gonna search the statue.
Shouldn't you be checking for tracks for this owl guy?
Oh yeah, I will do that too.
What's the D8 for?
I was trying to roll new health
I gotta
because
grab my shit one
thing
second.
never got leveled up. So
You going to try and level up in the background?
yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to roll a d8 for a health, but
Well, you got 1 health.
yeah, that's what the. Oh, are you kidding me? Was for that. I keep rolling fucking ones and crap
Yeah.
for health shit.
Oh
That's
yeah,
I'm
there
like,
was
"Arg."
something else I just remembered I've never messaged you about, but your armor stats were actually incorrect.
They were?
Yeah.
Why?
You have a Cloak of Resistance for whatever reason as an armor stat. That's not actually possible. That's for saves. And
It's but any item that is magic is automatically masterwork and therefore worth 1 point of armor.
no, it's not.
That's what I read in the back one of the books when I was reading the
No, a cloak of resistance is not applied to armor. It just applies to your saving throws. That's it.
It's a
No, the
And even if that was a true as a monk, you can't wear
Masterwork.
armor anyways.
Huh?
As a monk, you couldn't wear armor anyways.
Any armor.
but magic
wear-
items count as masterwork things, which count as a point of
no,
armor.
they don't. I've never seen this ruling anywhere.
Yeah, neither have I.
I read that when I was reading through the DM book on the
Okay.
magic items and armor.
Okay. The only other thing that was note was at the
Point for that,
bottom
then.
for bracers of armor, that overlaps with your mage armor.
Braces of armor you can wear. I guess that's one of the exceptions
Yeah,
as a monk.
braces
But
of armor I can wear. It doesn't,
Yeah, but
shouldn't
we're-
overlap with the mage armor, though.
They
your
provide
mage
this-
armor takes precedence, though.
Yeah,
Like
they-
if you have braces of armor +2 and you use mage armor, your mage armor and the bracers don't stack.
yeah, you can use bracers of armor, but you cannot use it and mage armor at the same time.
You get the higher bonus. You don't get them combined.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought one was supposed to be
No,
different than the other.
they're both an armor bonus.
Yeah. Okay, so what were you doing, Paul?
Oh, I did a track check for my associate.
I'm gonna assume it's over 20.
I got 20.
You got exactly 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, it leads
I
into
rolled.
this room.
Okay.
Leads down, I should say.
Leads through this door.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still gonna search this statue first.
Okay.
Search check of 46.
46 to search the
Yeah.
statue. You find it to be...
Well, the statue's resting on something, or is it just sitting on the ground?
I think I think the statue reaches from where it's standing all the way to the ground. Oh,
Okay.
You got those macros. Yeah, you find a very nice statue with gems and other stuff.
Well, I'm gonna pick it up. Oh, yeah, how big is the statue?
Your size, and it weighs 2,500 pounds.
Okay, never mind then. No secret compartments in this statue? Like that might be hiding something?
No.
You said there are gems in the statue?
The statue's eyes are pale blue topazes.
I'm gonna take those.
Topaz.
Okay. Thank you for triggering the monsters.
I was about to say, don't do that because it's gonna trigger shit.
Yeah,
Oops.
Yeah. Guardians
got
of
a
the Room
face
don't like... Guardians of the Room don't like it when you steal shit.
Outstanding.
What happens when they step on the carpet?
Nothing.
I also wanted to help with parking lot. And, can I please come out?
Yeah, so everyone roll initiative as these things crawl directly out of the wall.
What happens when they step on the carpet? Anything?
Nothing. It's a carpet.
It's pushed underneath. That's why it's so messed up.
You were worried about the wrong thing, Paul. You didn't want to step on the carpet, but prying the eyes out.
Yeah, they don't like thieves.
Hi.
I was wondering, Paul is likely to trigger this.
Come out. Mom, you can stay in the
What are these things we're
They
looking
jump
at?
to their eyes. I was about to say, don't do it, but.
Oh, and they get a 1 for initiative.
Oh, is there any particular reason I'm at 61 health? Like, was I hit before this, or did
Yeah.
it just never get updated?
You're injured.
Okay.
downstairs. No, he's in this one.
Um, I'm going to tell that spider if he hurts my dragon, I will come back and kill it slowly and painfully.
There it
Laughing
is.
to
Kill the man, and he shall be returned. He shall be returned.
What are these creatures we're looking at?
Constructs.
Okay.
They are dungeoneering, I believe.
Arcana.
Because they're
Arcana
like-
for a construct.
Yes.
That's. I
They're
don't know.
made by... They're immune to magic, but they're made by magic, or something like that. I just
It's
know
like
it's Arcana.
golems.
Okay,
24?
Paul, you have not
for
rolled.
knowledge arcana.
I mean, Mike has not rolled.
Sorry, I was dealing with something with my kids for a minute there. We're rolling initiative.
Yeah, Paul
Yeah.
triggered the don't steal trap.
Can we stab Paul in the eye next? Allustan,
You
so
may.
he'll remember.
Get sneak attack on him since he's not expecting it.
Okay, so as you guys...
I got 24 for the arcana knowledge.
Okay, you
Sammy.
can identify a construct.
fuck? Why is the roll
Are
so
these-
hard on this stuff?
Did these things appear here, or are these like statues that are animating?
They literally pulled themselves out of the wall.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
tried to pry an eye out of one of the statues that are here, and they came out of the walls.
yeah. For all intents and purposes, they looked like paintings on the wall, and then they just came out of the wall. So, Paul, you're first, and these things are right next to you, and pissed.
Okay.
Put the eye back. See what happens.
Did take a topaz in your hand.
Yep. Put the eye back. See what happens.
There's no fun in that.
Well,
Put the eye back. See what happens. Trying to save my dragon.
I'll put the eye back.
okay. They can't do anything until it's their turn, though.
Then I'm just gonna
Will you back away?
run over to here, draw out some adamantine tipped arrows.
You pulled the eye from the statue?
Yeah.
There's
He was
a
trying to steal. That's why they came out.
there's a real statue right there, and you put the eye back. Joe,
Apologizing.
I'll hold an action and wave to Fifth Prime to come through the doors so I can shut it behind him.
Okay. We're not fighting these things?
We're trying
Ah,
to see if putting the eye back stops it.
Silver's too scared, and I don't listen to her nag. So
No, I want to save my dragon, damn it. And then
Isn't
stab
this
this
the
spider
way we're supposed to go to
in the
get
face
the
many
thing?
times.
yeah, I mean, my friend went through the south door, so we got to go in the room eventually.
And?
Allustan, the guy that set us off in this whole adventure.
Because if we need to fight these things one way or the other, then maybe we should hang out. Unless, I mean, I guess we could just wait for a round and see if putting the gem back.
Yeah,
That's what they want to do.
I'll move back here and ready my action in case they actually do come through. And if I see that they are coming to the door, I'll run further.
okay.
I will yell an apology. He's really sorry.
The spider
We won't
just
let him do it again.
Oh wait, the spider disappeared because I'm just gonna put him over in the corner.
Put him on the GM layer.
I was thinking that as well. Okay, so
Hey, the way.
what do you do, Ember? Do you just apologize to these creatures?
Yeah, I yelled an apology. I said, I'm really sorry. He put it back. We won't let him do it again. He did it before we could yell at him. We'll punish him appropriately.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, I'm pretty sure Joe triggers his action to shut the doors?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys can't see the room. You cannot see what happens.
Can we
Hello.
hear the sound of 800-pound footprints moving towards the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my ear to the door and make a listen check.
I don't...
Perception.
It'd be like a 5 or a 10. You guys could not... It's not very hard to notice.
Okay.
You don't see any... You don't really see any sound... Hear any sounds.
I usually don't see any sounds, so that's normal.
Paul,
Yes.
your move.
They hold your turn and let someone else go first, see if they're still there.
I'm just gonna go up to here. I'm just gonna open the door. I'm not gonna move through. I just want to see if they've walked away.
Okay. So...
There's one waiting by the door to yank out one of your eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what, they might just...
So, you just see images
Is that
on the
official?
walls of the creatures.
Good,
I'll
it
say
worked.
that. Like, okay, it worked.
So we check it out first. Let's make
Excuse
sure
me.
it's not a trap before you try and steal it.
Oh, it wasn't a... Wait, what are you talking about? What trap?
I'm yelling at Paul.
Okay, so I'm going to assume combat's over and just remove the turn order.
I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
After the gladiatorial thingy, as soon as we were free to go outside, I wanted to, or if I could grab one from the gladiatorial stuff, I wanted to get a new bow. Was I able to pick up one anywhere? Or when we sent his stuff to get repaired, was I able to get mine repaired? Or could I buy or pick up a bow from the gladiatorial armory or from outside somewhere?
The tournament place did not give you any weaponry.
Yeah, but when his thingy broke, we sent it out. Remember?
A mend spell was enough to fix your bow, but you would have to get re-enchanted. But re-enchanted, a broken magic item only costs half the amount of getting a brand new one.
I don't think it was magic.
It had a +2 strength, I want to say.
That's not magic. That's not
So
a
your
magic
bow's
spell.
fixed.
Yeah, bow's perfectly fine then.
Just masterwork longbow +2 strength, so I just had to get it mended.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
I
strength
haven't
bonus
been-
isn't magic. It's just
Paul took care
doesn't
of
have
it
to be
for you.
masterwork.
I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't.
Joe took care of it. Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
So I have it back and I can use it again?
Yep. Okay, so you see images of the creatures, the constructs on the walls. You assume they're guardians of some kind. And they don't like people messing with stuff they shouldn't. So,
Okay, I'm gonna go search to this door over here.
okay. Search check. Because I know you always do that.
42.
Yeah, you don't see nut traps.
I'm just gonna open the door before I walk in.
Okay, so give me a moment because this is I have to do a little thingy.
Hey, Joe, give me the healing spell, please.
Sorry?
Can you give me a healing spell, please?
Sure. Faith healing for 13.
Okay, thank you.
If we're not in any particular rush, could we hang out for a couple hours to regenerate some power points?
Well, I am very anxious to get my dragon back, but was the guy ahead of us, or is he just in here somewhere? Like, are we chasing him, or how is this working?
You don't know. All you know is he
Okay.
was in here, and you don't know if he's in danger, you don't know if he's dying. He could be perfectly fine.
Our friend?
Oh, do we know
Yeah.
how far ahead he is of us? Did he come in here a few days ago, a week ago, yesterday?
Yeah, we would have asked the spider that, or I would have asked the spider that if
Spider
I'd done
doesn't
that,
know who you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but you do get the answer to your question as you see in the center of the room, Allustan inside a globe.
Wow.
Love?
Globe.
Whoa.
A globe, a giant sphere at the center of the room, and he does not seem to be able to move. Okay, thank you. Make a reflex save.
34.
Okay, so a bolt of lightning strikes next to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna do first aid on myself.
Go back to here, like, hey, how's it going? See if at least can recognize that we're standing there.
He does not react in any way.
Are his eyes closed or no?
His eyes seem... Give me a perception check. I don't think heal checks restore hit points.
No, they don't.
No, but I have a healer's kit to be able to,
Doesn't do hit point damage.
It does...
healer's kit?
No.
I think it does increase the natural
Uh,
recovery, but that only works in hours.
It helps, like, you can gain points back quicker, like, from resting, that's it. 21 in my perception check.
Okay, you can see him, like, frozen. Like, he's like frozen in some way.
So guys, you guys want to stand back, because I'm not sure what's going to happen when I do this. Just fair warning.
Healer's kits increase your chance of having success heal. +2 circumstance bonus on heals. And I took healing, so...
You still can't heal yourself with hit
You can
point
get
damage.
hit points back if you use it the round after you've been wounded.
I thought...
Wait, what?
Or
Right,
you
how long ago was I hurt?
You can
Huh?
add how much you heal when you rest overnight.
Yeah, it's not doesn't work like a healing potion or a healing spell.
It works in hours.
Yeah, it's long term care. It's not something that's instantaneous healing.
Yeah. You're thinking of hours it heals, not minutes.
There are other games that use the heal skill for that purpose. It's just Dungeons and Dragons doesn't.
5e they do, but it's only once,
Oh,
and it's always minor.
I know.
Well,
Honored.
that's what I was trying to do because it was just minor injuries I have. But,
Nah.
How badly are you hurt?
I'm just at 61 out of 74, so it's not a huge deal. I just wanted to get some of the points back before the next whatever we walk into face first.
Well, it sounds like you're down 13, and that's exactly how much my faith healing spell cures.
And it won't cost you. It won't cost you.
1 spell point.
Okay, please, if you don't mind.
Okay. Faith heal for 13.
Yeah, I was just trying to save you spell points because. No.
Okay,
Well, don't worry. If I start running low, I'll stop healing everybody else.
Into stuff face first.
Okay, so what are you guys doing? You see Paul entered the room. He was shot by lightning. He got out before anything else happened. And Allustan's in the middle of the room, seemingly frozen.
Right. And I'll tell you guys, hold on a second, this might be a bad idea, but I'm doing it anyways.
How about we use some face first?
My shot on the run, I'm going to use the arrow, and as I'm going to glowing and
Directly
here.
Catch hit the lightning just by standing in that square?
Yeah.
No, he walked into it here,
Okay.
not just standing in front of the door.
After he shoots his arrow on where and cast Detect Magic.
Where do you shoot the arrow?
Right into the globe.
Okay, it bounces off the globe and does essentially nothing, as far as you
Okay.
can tell. And detect magic, you detect magic in more or less the center of the room, reaching from the floor to the ceiling, where you see a giant iron spike.
Magic?
Identify magic?
What's the thing I'm thinking about, guys?
You can
Identify
use...
Or something?
So after 21, to identify the magic as much as possible.
Okay. Let's see. I'm pretty sure you can identify schools of magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say on the sheet what school of magic it is.
It'll say the spell, and that's how you can.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to look up the spell.
It's probably not.
I have used magic device if that'll help me identify it.
That helps you use magic items.
Sammy, are you there?
Yeah,
Okay, so did 21 tell me anything?
I'm looking up the spell in question.
I've got a 41 if
Didn't
that'll
get any of that.
anything. He said he's looking up the spell in question, Mike.
Well, mainly we want to make sure it isn't a divination spell, because this could be something he's using to communicate with someone that into the dungeon to get to.
Quick
Is that why
question:
you-
can you identify a 8th level spell?
If you roll high enough, sure.
He rolled a
got
21.
Yeah, it would be 23 though.
21 does.
I only rolled for a 6th level spell.
Okay.
If I take a 20, I can get 41 on it. What I was going to take is stand there for a couple turns to do it. So
I don't think you can. No, I don't think you can take 20 on a knowledge check yet, though.
on spellcraft,
No, because either you know the spell or you don't. I don't think you can.
you roll to see if you can figure out a spell. Doesn't mean you
You
already
can only
know
take
it.
20 on a skill when there's no penalty for failure. And in the case of a spellcraft check, the penalty of failure is that you don't know the spell.
Yeah.
Think of it as rolling exactly 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way to 20 when you take 20 or take 10. If there's a negative result for rolling that first one, then you can't take 10 or 20.
But you can take that on a search, and if you don't succeed on a search, you don't find anything.
Right.
either.
If you roll a search and you roll a 1, you don't find anything, but you don't know that you failed your roll. You just know you didn't find anything, so you keep searching.
Yeah, it's
You
just
failure on a
basically
search check.
you just search for and freaking 5
All
minutes.
right,
Eventually,
well,
you'll
I've got
find
a
something.
36 then.
36. You identify a 8th level spell of transmutation.
I will tell the group that, and I will wonder out loud if we should take out the strange loop we found before, and if it'll do anything.
Oh wait, is this 2 spell effects at once?
Could be.
Okay, yeah, I'm reading 2 different attacks. Okay, so it says plus this spell. So you can identify in the center, temporal stasis is on Allustan. And I'm thinking this, it doesn't say what spell it uses, it just says it does this effect. So I'm going to assume it's a 3rd level, like, evocation spell.
What?
Evocation.
Evocation.
Evocation, that's it. Essentially attack magic.
Yeah, it's like lightning bolt, fireball, it's all
So he's in
evocation.
stasis and protected is what you're telling me. But you said there's also a transmutation spell too, so he's being changed into something?
Temporal stasis might be the transmutation spell.
Who knows?
You said there's 3 spells in one, right? Tell us the 3 again, separately, please.
There are 2 spells in effect. One is evocation, and that's the lightning bolt. The second one is in the center of the room around Allustan, that is transmutation.
Transmutation.
Yes. You don't know the name of the spells or what they specifically are, but you can get general ideas.
Okay, I will tell the rest of the group that, and I will study the room for a minute and try a magic device to see if I can identify any way to shut this stuff off if there's an outside lever or anything.
You would have to physically get in. You would have to physically get in the room and up to the device to do it.
There is a device, though?
Technically speaking, it's a device, but can you interact with it is a different story. Yeah, it's considered a magic device.
But I'm standing at the doorway. Can I, by looking around the room without entering it, can I tell?
You would basically get like a -10, -20 on your roll.
Okay, well, if I get a -20, I've got a nat 20 roll.
Doesn't matter in skill checks.
So, based on her
On
spellcraft
this
check,
device.
would be targeted by the lightning if she was invisible.
Yeah, she doesn't know.
I just.
I'm gonna search
20
this.
with a +10, so I have a 30.
I'm gonna search right here to see if it's something that's trigger plate activated.
Okay.
With a 31.
You don't see any kind of thing.
Swift invisibility.
Okay.
Run into the room.
me
Run
a
back out.
Give me a reflex save.
+14 plus 24.
Okay, 24. You barely wait, you have that one thing that negates reflex saves, right?
It's effectively evasion.
Yeah, so
I could, there's one thing I could try before you do that might save you some hit points if it works.
he dodged the lightning bolt and took no damage.
Did you hear me?
It's up to them.
He heard
Okay.
you, Mike, but he's saying he already dodged it. Doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you. So, Sammy, can I try something here?
It's up to you to decide that, not me.
All right. No, I was asking if I don't want to interrupt someone else's turn if someone else was doing something. That's why I'm asking. Just dispel magic on it, and I'm going to play this card to hopefully give myself a little boost to it.
Okay. The actual card effect, or just add to the
Yeah,
roll?
the card effect.
Okay.
I can roll 3d10 instead of 1d20. plus 9. If it's 8th level spell, I'm guessing that it's probably like at least caster level 16th, which would make the DC a 27. So I got to get pretty high on this. I don't know what the DC is actually, but 34 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Caster level plus 11.
Okay. You can use a successful. It tells me that this exact situation was more likely to come up. It tells me against caster level 17.
Okay.
Which would make it a 28 DC, I believe.
So I managed to dispel it. Can I dispel it permanently, or is it just for 1d4 rounds? The difference being if it was a permanent magic item or if it was an individual spell effect.
Are you aware of this?
Like, if this was like a magic item that was enchanted to do this, then I would only dispel it for d4 rounds, but if it was just a single spell that someone had cast on this spot, then I would dispel it permanently.
Yeah, it's only suppressed.
Okay, so I'll roll that too.
Okay, 2 rounds.
Dispel it for 2 rounds. Hopefully that should be enough to run in and grab the guy and pull him out, right?
Okay. Thankfully I had his token, like, months ago from another module. There he is. So, he's right there.
All right, I'm gonna run in there and grab him and then pull him out.
Reflex save.
All right. I haven't looked at my stats on here. I'm not sure if I'm up to date with my current character sheet, but
Try dispelling the lightning too.
2 different effects. Only suppressed 1.
I had evasion. Sure, you guys want me to go in there and get him?
Mike already did it.
Evasion too. Yeah,
well, I mean,
that's what I think. Let's figure out what we're working with before we try anything. But
I was just gonna go do it, but I mean, if you want to go in there as well, then
I don't know if you're gonna do it.
Go
We'll
ahead.
stay here and get ready to heal you if we need to.
So I believe you take half damage. You don't have evasion or the equivalent, so you take half damage, right?
all right.
You take 13 points of electricity damage. And because you suppressed the secondary...
Now, can I take a spellcraft check to like realize that it's electricity damage before I take the damage?
We already know it's electricity because someone else already got shocked twice.
In that case, I have a immediate action power that can save me from that.
Okay.
Find it here.
This is a bolt of lightning. The damage is kind of obvious.
Yeah, we saw 2 people already get zapped with it, so
All right.
that's why I thought you were
I
dispelling.
thought I dispelled it by when I go running in there and I can see the bolt of electricity about to zap me. I'll use my immediate action power called Dampen Power. Spell power. The next spell or power that affects him is minimized. Lowest possible damage.
Okay, so that's 3 damage.
Okay, and then I
No,
saved
wait,
for
4.
1.
It'd be 4 damage, sorry.
Okay. And then I run in and grab him and drag him out.
Okay.
Check or anything?
What?
Do you need a strength check or anything like that?
I have the animated rope. I can send it to wrap around you too, and we can help pull you out too if we need to. So while you run in there, I was getting the rope ready.
I assume your character's just pretty much strong enough to just pull him out.
Yeah, my strength score is 20, so...
Yeah. You do it with only only a little bit of trouble because of rushing, but otherwise you don't have any problems pulling him out.
Strength of 20, you could have just thrown him out of the room.
Okay, so after a few rounds, you can see the magic reactivate in the room. Also, you did take note of a doorway on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit, we might need to go through there.
You're right there.
Okay.
I will be right back.
Oh wait, I just remembered something.
Are you gonna tell us, or wait till Mike comes back?
I'm just reading it up to make sure I do this correctly. You see him bleeding heavily.
Hey, cleric, you want to maybe take care of that, please?
Let me check how many spell points I got left. Yeah, sure.
What you have to do is hit him with one to get him to stop bleeding out.
I hit him for 10 points of healing.
He takes a deep breath of air as he regains consciousness.
This is the guy that's our friend.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the one that sent us on our first dungeon crawl.
Okay. I feel like we should tie him up just in case that spell did anything to him, or restrain him or something.
He
doesn't
looks
run
at
back
each
in
of your
there.
PCs, but takes note of Ember, because he's familiar with you, and Paul. Ezekiel, because he knows you two. Is the dragon gone?
We killed him, yeah.
Oh, that is good. Oh, I see you've come to find me. I thank you for your assistance.
What the hell is that thing you were trapped in?
He looks over to the rooms and a trap of some kind. I'm not too sure. I was looking through the dungeon and fell prey to it.
Oh.
I thank you for your assistance.
What's the name of
no
the guy
problem.
we're trying to find?
What?
Well, yeah, we'll tell him over here. We'll tell him about, we came here to get you, but now we find ourselves in another predicament.
I'm going to tell him this bastard face spider took my familiar, and he moved him to another plane, and we can't get to my pseudo dragon, because none of us can shift planes like that, and he's only going to give him back unless we kill. I don't know the guy's name out of game, so whatever it is,
Okay.
this person, or know where he is.
He doesn't know who you're speaking of. He doesn't recall the name. Or who the spider you're speaking of.
Why did you come here?
The dungeon, or explicitly why? What are you asking? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Okay, I'm back. Your connection to the server has been interrupted. Fuck you, game. Okay, so what was the question, Paul?
Why did he come back to this dungeon? Like, why is he here?
Do you mean why did he, after the dragon attack or before the dragon attack?
Just period. Whether in regards to the dragon here.
Okay.
Okay, back.
Okay, he came to the dungeon because he wanted to investigate it, see more about its history. I'm investigating the Whispering Caverns. Several days ago, I uncovered a new portal. Since you're here, I assume you're seen it. Beyond, I found this tomb. I've been exploring it ever since.
Well, currently we're trying to find this guy so I can get my dragon back, and then I'm hoping to step on this face spider, because he really needs to get stabbed in the face a lot.
Okay, now you came here to explore, like, because you think it might be tied to the scrolls, or just some side.
Personal interest combined with exploration.
Okay, well, I hate to tell you this, but your friend in the city is dead.
He holds his breath and sighs deeply at that news.
Wait, he holds his breath and sighs deeply at the same time? That's pretty impressive.
I meant to say he breathes deeply before breathing out heavily. And then nods his head. Thank you for informing me of this. It is sad news indeed.
Yes, and then I'll tell him about the scroll. Like, I have the scroll, and I'll tell him about what happened when we got the scroll, the creature that was unleashed, that we were, people trying to have us assassinated. Tell him about the arena master was the guy trying to have us assassinated. He's the one that had the scroll. We got it, and I'll give him, like, here's the scroll. I'll give it to him.
Okay, which the magic scroll from the...
Yeah.
Okay, so he takes a look at it, nods, then gives it back. You should hold on to this.
Okay, I will.
I'm curious about something, and I'm going to say to my cousin, do you remember those lovely people we met down in the sewers in the city before we went to the other places, you know, the guys that look so much like other people?
No, I don't.
Any of them?
Allustan says, do you mean doppelgangers?
I'm
Oh,
going
yeah.
to look at him very steadily and say, yes. What do you know about that?
They are shapechangers. They are annoying pests and difficult to deal with sometimes.
I'm going to give him a very, very steady look and say, yes.
I'm glad you
But
meant...
how can we be sure you're not one of them?
I was wondering where this was going, but...
Well, as soon as she said that, I knew what she was thinking.
He looks at you strangely. What reason do you have to believe I am one of them?
Joe.
Well, they
Oh, I
can't
don't
retain
know.
their shape after they're unconscious.
Yeah, that's true.
He also replies as such.
We've been running into a large number of them, and we only know that they're one after we've killed it, and they go back to their original shape. So, see our problem. And they've also been using these special gems to steal people's memories, so you can't even find out who the real one is by asking them questions.
Okay. You've been through a strange ordeal, a strange ordeal indeed. However, I think you might be thinking too deeply on this. It seems like it was a minor event that you have already taken care of.
I'm going to give him a very level look and tell him, something just stole my dragon. I haven't had much sleep. I was getting hit a lot. I'm in kind of a bad mood, and I'm getting more anxious as the day goes on. I'm very shortly away from getting stabby.
You should finish your journey here in this dungeon soon, and then we should go and get some rest. What you've learned so far. Did you ever give him a note from his friend, Egelos?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay.
I forgot we had one about. Yeah, I'll definitely give it to him.
Yeah, I was wondering, did you actually ever give him that note?
I will right now.
Okay. So he looks over the
Sure,
note
Tim.
and replies, "It is indeed time to speak with my old master, the Archmage of Mage Point, Mazaran. However, before we go meet to him, he says you guys should search this dungeon because there's possibly relics which could help you in the coming times."
Well, apparently the guy we're supposed to kill is in this dungeon too, and I really want my familiar back before I start randomly stabbing people.
That is also important. A mage is nothing without their familiar. Not really, but you get the point.
You know what we could do?
Also, I was pretty spot on. You'd pissed as hell about your familiar being taken.
Yeah. Personally, I'm not mad at it. It's in-game. She's...
Yeah, I understand that much.
Her usual self.
No, if you thought she was... I know you always think all my characters are grumpy, Paul, but...
Is there a good reason for
that gets to fuck with you, you know.
Okay, so...
But yeah, you haven't seen anything, and if she doesn't get her familiar back soon, it better be in good condition, or a lot of things are getting stabbed.
He does not know what to help you with it, but he will think on it. What is his spells he currently
Gonna
has?
go back to the big city and visit your friend? Is that your plan?
No, he's just going to return home.
Sammy?
What?
I'm asking, so you said your
Return home.
mentor, the guy that taught you magic, he's in the big city?
The infamous Archmage of
somewhere
Mage
else.
Point. He'll give you more information on it later after the end of this dungeon search.
Let's see, Jug. No.
Whether you end
have
it now
any-
or later is up to you.
Do we have any
We
where
have
mage?
to, the
It's
guy
so
that is in here, right? So we have to continue. Can't stop.
right, but Mage Point, do we have any where that is?
We can deal with that at a later date.
Well, if we haven't been there, we'll ask him for quick directions. I would have gotten a map in the city before, too. I would have gotten a map a long time ago to figure out where the fuck everything
So
was.
is Mace Point where we can find you once we're done here?
No, he's just going to head back to his home in Diamond Lake.
So
So
where you
he's going home. So
Yeah, when you're done...
home, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's just going to head to his house, and when you're done with the dungeon and getting whatever you need from it, he says meet him there, and he'll guide you from there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll ask him if he knows of any... If there's any spells he can give us to help with the whole fact that my dragon is currently on another plane or anything like that.
I looked through his spell list, but there's nothing he has.
Well, Joe has a travel domain. I think they get plane shifts. Although I think clerics get plane shift as a regular cleric spell too.
Put my fingers to my lips, point a thumb at the door to where the room of the phase spider is in.
Yeah, we don't know where he is yet.
You don't know the dimension or the realm or anything about where the dragon could be.
You have to grab hold of it or something.
Okay, well, you're going back to Diamond Lake. We gotta search for her damn little thing. So we'll meet up with you when we're done. Okay?
Okay. Also, I'd like to point out, do you...
Potions or...
If there's not any specific rush, can we spare a few hours to rest and regain some power points?
Kidnap dragon. There's a little bit of a rush.
Well,
I'm afraid the face spiders can get bored or hungry and decide to eat him, honestly.
Two things. One, do you tell Allustan that his home's been destroyed?
Oh.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. So I was asking him. So why was that dragon after you to begin with?
I do not know.
Well, he totaled your home.
Totaled? I mean, you mean destroyed?
Yeah.
Okay. He blinks and goes, in his mind, he's saying, "Mother freaking heck!" But more or less, he keeps a calm exterior and gives a nod and thanks for the information.
Wait. Does he hold his breath and sigh at the same time again?
No, he just blinks and says, "That's going to be troublesome to replace. And I will be right back. I have to go take care of something." Okay, there we go. Computer did a little internet disconnect momentarily. Okay.
Sammy, two things for you. One, my character went back in the other room to yell for the spider. She's trying to yell until it that we need 4 hours to go kill the guy, and not to hurt her pet in the meantime. Doesn't want anything that they're not going to do it or anything like that. And,
okay. He never gave you a time limit on killing the individual. He just said, "Go kill him. When you kill him and bring me his head, I will give you your familiar back." He never specified.
Yeah, she's just a little frantic.
Okay. You don't see any response from the spider when you go back.
Okay. The other thing is, well, when I identified it, do I know? I don't know anything about it at a game. That's the problem. When I identified it, it would have told me if it was an area of effect type thing. Like, if we disable the lightning spell, can we walk around the perimeter of the room to avoid the stasis spell in the middle, or is it gonna like catch us if we room period? Or well, I guess it doesn't because
I'll ask Allustan what he knows about this damn thing.
He does some. You know what? Why not? I'll have him roll see what he knows.
At what point did it entrap you?
It shot him with a bolt of lightning, and then it trapped him.
Okay.
But the bolt of lightning knocked him unconscious, so he cannot be 100% certain.
Okay.
So it wasn't on before he entered the room.
It's this the dome in the center is always on. Yeah, he tells you this, that it's always on, but the bolt of lightning is the trigger. As long as you dodge that, you're fine.
Let's, when we get back, let's try dispelling the lightning. And just avoid avoid the center of the room to try and go around it.
Okay. Allustan, he tells you, bid you good day, and do not take too long. And then he leaves.
Well, where's he
Go to
going
the
since
top
his
of the
house is
stairs,
destroyed?
watch when he runs into the solid stone wall that's between him and the exit.
He teleports.
Fucker!
That'll do it.
Yeah, on his spell list, Dimension Door.
I have dimension door.
I think that's how you guys
You
got
do.
inside.
You and Joe both do.
Yeah, that might. Does that let me get to wherever my
That does not
That
allow
is
you
or
to
no?
cross planes. It allows you to cross inside one plane.
And even then, you don't. It's not like it's a spell where you just tell I want to go exactly this person that goes there. It's.
You specify
I think
places. Or
I think only
distance.
Miracle can do that.
Yeah, and that's like 8th level, far beyond your
Well,
capabilities.
9th level, and it costs XP. Well, not always, but regardless, yeah.
So how many spell points do we get back for 4 hours of rest?
You get one per level, caster level per level or per hour.
You're caster level 10, so...
So if you guys rest for 4 hours, you guys get 40 points back.
You what now?
you get 40.
No, you get
Yeah, 40.
You get one point per caster level per hour.
right. So 10 per hour, 4 hours, 40 points.
Also, I almost forgot about this. The game gives you, because you successfully rescued Allustan, you get XP for it.
Cool.
Groovy.
650.
Leveled up.
650.
Not quite.
It's not a lot.
what XP are we supposed to be at, by the way? Because
53,861.
Okay.
Go to the entrance to the room and cast a wall of stone spell into the room.
I don't see why you can't.
I make a 5-foot wall that goes around the big thing in the middle to the door at the far end.
Oh, you mean
You
like...
can draw that in.
he's trying to block off the middle so he can't get trapped.
Giving us total cover to walk around the edge of the room.
Like that?
Target.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll start walking across in a low crouch.
Well, that.
Okay. Give me a reflex save.
Yeah, that. Guys aren't going to be able to get across, so I was about to ask Mike if he wants to try to dispel the lightning.
24.
You pass.
Pass what?
You pass the reflex save.
Or what?
The lightning?
The lightning.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. You
Purpose
might
of
want to
putting
wait
a
till
wall
we
of
dispel
stone
the
is-
lightning.
Me, it just hits the wall.
It goes... Yeah, this thing ignores that.
So it and curves around over the top.
You can go through it. It's electricity.
For all intents and purposes, it says that if you enter this room, you get shot.
It comes from all around and goes through things and around things.
I think the problem was that Joe was thinking the electricity comes from the center. Joe, I think Sammy was saying the lightning is all over the room.
No, it does come from the center.
Oh, well,
Well, actually, with electricity, I think it's more like it comes from all over and it all goes to the center. And if you're between the wall and the center, you get shocked.
He wanted to use Wall of Stone to block that, but... Does it
he's
go...
trying to use wall of stone to block the
How high is the
center
Wall of
off.
Stone?
5 feet tall, but I was going down in a crotch, so I was lower than 5 feet.
Yeah, that won't help you. This thing's 15, 20 feet tall at the center point, so it just shoots over it.
Okay. There's a stone and put a barrier from floor to ceiling between one side of the room and the far door.
Do I know if those lightning bolts allow spell resistance?
No,
No, they don't.
you don't know.
Okay.
And I'm going to say
Yes,
this right now, it does
yeah.
not tell me, so I'm going to assume no.
Natural or a spell-like effect?
This is...
Because if it's spell-like, it would allow spell resistance, but if it's supernatural, it would not.
It just tells me it does. It actually.
It should have in parentheses either SU or SP.
Nope, doesn't tell me. It tells me the center thing, the globe that Allustan was trapped in, is what it is, but it just says bolt of lightning, so I'm going to assume it's like supernatural or something.
The lightning's probably coming from whatever the whole spell in the middle is, too, so...
It's coming from a point at the
Unless
top.
it's not coming from the middle at all, and it's coming from the rest of the room. If it's some kind of trap, then it's coming from the rest of the room, not just the center.
All right, well, here's what I can do. I can, if we all go in at the same time, then if we all went in like one after another, would we all get shocked independently, or would it just shock us all at once?
You've never done that, so you don't know.
Well, I mean, I made a pretty good spellcraft check to identify this. Doesn't that tell me how it's going to function?
Should it? All you know is that anyone who enters the room gets shot by a bolt of lightning.
Right, but what I'm asking, do we get shocked independently every time we go in, or do we all get shocked at once as a group if we all go in together?
You assume that's a pretty good conclusion.
Which one? There was an either or there.
Okay, so I will lay it clearly. You enter this room, you get shot.
I'm asking
By
because
individual.
it would help us if we all got shocked at once with one spell.
Each individual person.
Independently.
Each individual person is attacked by a separate bolt.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over here so I can start searching the door while they're.
Have different types of evasion.
Make a reflex save.
Yeah, Paul, that's what we're talking about. You just got shocked on.
28.
Pass.
Okay, I'm gonna search that door for traps.
Paul, why don't you search for the trap, the electricity trap, because you should be able to disable it.
Well, that's why I was. Oh yeah, I did say before I get cut off. Yeah, I was gonna start. We'll stay in this square and start here, looking to see if it's something
Said
that.
it before, but Sammy DC'd, and I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
right.
he thought to repeat it for him.
I got a 34.
Okay. To search that square?
Yeah,
Okay, you find nothing.
and I'll stand here.
Yeah, you're right. You searched that square before, you found nothing.
Well, no, now I'm searching. I think I can do. Was it a 20 by 20 area with one search check, if I remember correctly?
Okay.
And it takes 1 minute, so you'd have to dodge
Well-
lightning bolts.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're able to get shocked in that square, then the trigger for the trap is got to be there, and knowing that should also give you a +4 to your search check.
I know exactly where the trigger is, and you haven't found it.
I'll move up to the. You said there's some kind of like glass
Globe.
Don't
glass
go
globe.
into that.
I'm gonna search the glass globe itself.
Okay.
Do I need another reflex save?
Yeah, do give me one, because it does keep activating.
26.
You pass.
Then I'll do a search check of 31.
You find the magic device.
I will. I'll do another reflex save of 26 again,
Yep, passed.
and then I'll try to disable it
Okay.
with a 26.
Okay. You may have disabled it. Another
I'll
bolt
take
of
it.
lightning strikes you.
Okay, so I did not.
You can't say you didn't disable it.
27 on my reflex save,
You pass.
and then my disable that time. That's better. That's 20, 15, 23, so 38.
Okay. You think you have disabled the device. Nothing happens.
Okay, Aaron said.
What was that?
For it quick.
Me or her?
Both.
I go back.
Told us-
I think I got the thing disabled, and you guys see me moving. So,
Oh, wait. I just checked
Just
something.
Is that your cross?
Reflex save.
Me?
For him?
Yes.
True 20.
Okay, you another bolt of lightning strikes near you.
Is it because it's a magic
Well,
device?
would I
It's gotta
know if it's
be-
some? I mean, if I got high enough, I would know if it's something that is permanently disabled or if it has an automatic reset or something.
Let's see. You disabled the globe in the center. You did not, and disabled the temporal stasis. You did not disable the lightning,
Oh,
which is all the way at the ceiling.
Sammy,
Yes.
okay.
wall is stone from floor to ceiling. Can we just walk across the room? Will that block everything?
The module does not know what you would do, so it does not give me information about that.
Right.
Can you just put a stone slab directly over where the lightning's emanating from?
Yeah, I could do that.
We see where the lightning's emanating from, Sammy?
Yeah, the center of the room at at an iron spike in the
I
ceiling.
put a box around
Can
it.
you do a wall of rubber? Do you know that spell?
Kinda, but it's not a wall.
Does
I
it
put a
involve-
stone box around the lightning bolt thing.
Okay. You put a stone box around the lightning bolts, the iron spike.
Okay.
You can definitely hear it going off.
Alright, let's all run like hell.
It's a false door.
Probably.
And I'm going to search that door for traps with a 33.
Oh wait, no, that's just stairs. I thought it was a door.
Okay, even better. I'll just follow them up or down.